start कर दिया? Okay, fine. I'm Shivanshu. I'm from BMSC, and I'll be speaking for the first motion, which is this house regrets the glorification of startup. So basically, I would like to say is there are main 5 points why I'm saying it's against. The first point is startup as an idea, okay, well and good, but as far as financial stability is concerned, it's considered to be one of the most non-stable. It's worse than retail business also, which in itself is very unstable. Around 90% of businesses, startups, not businesses, startups, fail in India within 5 years of their inception. And I'm not saying this, Oxford and IBM is saying this. In the world, the normal rate is 52, in India it's 90. The reason for this, which is why I personally feel why convention method of, this, why you should study and, these degree courses are important, because not only do they develop you in a lot of ways, cognitive skills, which we all know, that's why we get degree, one of the reasons, and personality development is done in colleges also. And fortunately, unfortunately, in our country, even if you want to be a bus conductor legally, you have to be 12th pass. Now, it's good or bad, that for now we are not here to debate, but it's a fact. And without a degree, you can't provide stable food and shelter for your family. Now, startup is ideal for someone in their 20s and all that, okay, but if you have a number of dependents on you, right, like your parents or your wife or your children, and suppose you don't have a stable income, like, startup doesn't necessarily give you a paycheck, right? And it has a lot of chaotic number of work hours. Work is not organized, so you don't actually learn in a structured way. And one more thing why startups are not very appreciated is because they don't teach you financial discipline in many ways. And the founder or the CEO, I don't know what to call the correct terminology, but that has a lot of power, that has excess amount of power. Whereas in a company which is board of directors and which is an organized company, I'm not saying startup cannot be a company, at the end of the day all are ideas, right? But in a new level, it's very chaotic, and in most of the cases, people don't develop as employees. But now let's not talk about the employment or the work hours or any of the major factors. If we just talk about the money aspect of it, it is again a proven fact. I'm not making this up. Startup employees are paid 25 to 30% less at best possible scenario compared to corporate employees. So there also, with inflation and other things in mind, it gives a very bleak kind of future gain to the people. And just because you're working for a startup doesn't necessarily mean you get a part of it. Thank you. And one last thing, which I forgot to again mention. Since some people say, startup, we love startup and we want to leave our education for this, and we will win. Mark Cuban, who's right now worth $4.2 billion, he was a man who believed in startup more than anyone, and he himself has said, if you are not educated and if you're leaving, in his own show Shark Tanks, if I don't know if you've seen it, he himself graduated top of his class from University of Michigan, and he did study, and he till now, Warren Buffett, your Mukesh Ambani, very few people know this, but it's actually a fact that he went to Stanford. So very few people know this, that these people got education, and without education it's not easy to actually, to grasp many concepts easily. And even though you get practical knowledge from your startups and all, the amount of time taken and the amount of loss and rate of revenue which you get on it, and last but not the least, the return on investment is very low compared to other places. Thank you.